And what does it mean? Having the moon in the second house is the most traditional house of values, of anything to do with stability, which tradition gives you stability, values, your family values gives you stability, your family gives you stability, settling down gives you stability. And the moon shows you emotional needs. So if you have the moon together with the second house cusp or in the second square, in the second sign from ascendant, you have emotional need of stability. You have emotional need of rhythms in life, of structure, of routine somehow. You have emotional need to settle down. Actually, these people, when they have a family, they become quite happy, they become quite settled emotionally. And the second house is also money, finances, anything, the resources, the thing we possess, they give us stability, they give us a sense of settling down. So people who have moon in the second house, the emotional well-being can depend on if they have money. My mom, for instance, have that, and her confidence and all her mood fully depends on if she's financially better. It's okay. If not, her whole mood can be dragged down. She becomes very emotional. So such people definitely have this, the financial stability is something so important for them. And they have a desire to, they have a need to feel, comfortable in life. Second house is all the comforts in life which give us pleasure as well. All those sensual comforts, all those sensual material comforts, it might be possessions, it might be food, it might be, for instance, moon shows you emotional attachment, what you get attached to. And people with moon in the second house might get attached to possessions. So they might never throw something out. They might sometimes even become hoarders. My mom is like that with the moon in the second house. She never throws anything. Once they lost her suitcase in the airport, and 5 years later, she still cannot let it go. She was feeling so attached to all the clothes inside, all the things that she possessed. So such people feel very attached to the things they possess, and they try keep things within the family, material or financial resources within the family. And also they have a need in their life of sensual stimulation and sensual pleasures like good food, good luxurious fabrics. They really appreciate those. Not only appreciating, they need them actually. They need them to feel emotionally stable, like good food, good textiles, wine, perfumes, foods. Such people can, it's important for them in their life, those things. They give them a sense of comfort. If you're having someone to visit you who have their moon in the second house, so if you're in love with a man or a woman with their moon in the second house, make them a lovely dinner. Take them somewhere to satiate their senses, beautiful views, or buy them a beautiful dress with some luxurious material, something just that is nice, like some satin pajamas that is nice to the touch, just good food, kind of more sensual stimulation, and they're yours. They'll feel so comfortable and at ease with you. And remember, don't try to take from such people something that is theirs. They might feel vulnerable if you try and take some of their resources away from them, whether it's financial or any kind of material resources. But they're at the same time great nurturers and providers, those people, because they feel the need to take care of those needs, the essential needs of others, like food. They can be really good cooks and foodies, and they can be great providers. They have an emotional need to provide for the family, to take care of the family. And also such people, second house shows your the things that you possess, and moon shows properties. So for such people, possessing properties can be very important for their stability. Having a home, having a place of base of operation, it's so important for such people. You want to take the heart of a woman with this position? Well, provide for her a lovely home, she'll be yours. Provide for her a good, stable place, and she'll choose you. She will not go for the wild man so much, unless she has some other overpowering influences. But generally, they need stability, they need financial stability. It's not a gold digger position, but it's their need to feel provided, to have stability around them. And they'll gladly nurture as well others themselves, but they cannot be with someone too, irresponsible. And as I said, they might have income regarding properties and vehicles, and also mother. The moon represents the image of the main carer and nurturer in your life, usually the mother. Sometimes, you know, if there was no mother, it might be the father that took that role, or grandmother. But usually people who have the moon in the second house, their mother was in the role of a carer with traditional values, nurturer with traditional values, for whom stability was very important, for whom financial stability was important, and she was trying to always provide as well. She was a great provider. I think, yes, the home of such a person, the moon also shows the home, what kind of home they'll have. It will be stable, it will be more traditional. Don't go with extreme futuristic homes, you know. But let's see, it also shows how well you manage your financial resources. And because the moon is fluctuating, for such people, money can be fluctuating, or financial resources, they can be ebbing. And especially if you have your ascendant in Sagittarius, then the moon rules the 8th house, there can be sudden reversals in your financial situation. And it doesn't have to be for bad, actually it be for good. It might be sudden inheritance, sudden, if you're ascendant in Sagittarius, sudden changing of your, all of a sudden winning a lottery or something, because 8th house in the second house of your money, 8th house is other people's money or unexpected resources, or the finances of your partner all of a sudden changing your financial situation. So for such people, maybe the partner can be a great provider, or something happens in your life which changes their financial circumstances a lot. There are different combinations. If you have your ascendant in Aquarius, for instance, then the moon would rule the 6th house in most cases, which shows when the moon is in the 2nd house for ascendant Aquarius, such people might have definitely debts in their life, because 6th house rules debts. So for them, managing their finances, one big debt will definitely be connected with their finances somehow in their life, and they might have to overcome a few difficulties till they become financially settled. Or people who have the Leo ascendant, then the ruler of the 12th house of expenses goes in the 2nd house of finances. So such people might be spending a lot more. Leo ascendants with moon in the 2nd house can be spending more, or can just be big spenders, very generous, or at the same time they just can have sudden expenses out of the blue. Or if you have Scorpio ascendant, then the moon rules your 9th house of luck. So such people might be much more lucky financially. They might have lucky breaks in their life, you know, they're kind of blessed. Or if you have Pisces ascendant, such people as well might have 5th house is a very lucky house. So again, they can have more financial luck in their life, especially with speculations, and their children can somehow contribute and bring money and financial stability to their life, because Pisces ascendant, the moon rules the 5th house in the 2nd house. So children become the reason for your financial stability somehow. We can talk about all the signs, but you know, or if you have, for instance, Virgo ascendant, then the rule of 11th house, which is the house where you make money, the house of making your own money, goes into the 2nd. Such people are usually big earners with Virgo. With Virgo ascendants, then the ruler of the 11th goes into the 2nd house of stored wealth. So gain wealth becomes stored wealth. So the wealth that you make, the money that you generate, you can store them well, and you can take good care of them and save them for something, for instance. So they tend to have better finances than some of the previous ascendant people that I mentioned. Okay, thank you so much. And yes, write down your comments.